Hello everybody, welcome to the White Tiger Tarot. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Today's pick a card is a message from the White Tiger. Alright, so the White Tiger is going to come in and give you guys a message. I'm using my guide today to reveal something to you or speak to you with something. Okay, so should be interesting. I'm excited and looking forward to this reading today. We are going to introduce your piles, okay? And if you are new to this channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. We choose 4 numbers for each pile. Okay, numbers are from 1 to 12. So that could be your favorite number, that could be your birth month, could be your life path number. And if you're master number 22, you can have 12 represent 22 if you wish. All right, so with that being said, we're going to introduce your piles. Pile 1 is the Howlite, and your numbers, get your number ready. If you don't have it ready, pause the video. Is 3, 7, 4, and 5. 3, 7, 4, and 5. Pile number 1. Pile number 2, we have the Rhodonite. And your numbers for pile number 2 are 10, 8, 12, and 1. 10, 8, 12, and 1 for pile number 2. Pile number 3 is the Jade. And numbers for pile number 3 are 11, 2, 9, and 6. 2, 9, 11, and 6 for pile number 3. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some time to meditate on your cards, on your piles, and I will see you in your pile. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading today. This is your message from the White Tiger. Okay, so I'm very excited to get into your reading today. You guys chose the Howlite. Your numbers are 7, 3, 5, and 4. And your card that the White Tiger chose for you today was the Falling Angel, Spiritual Narcolepsy. Okay, we're gonna get some more cards drawn before we get into it. So I think what kind of is being brought up here with you is to not, it's like falling asleep is you know, is pretty typical. It's part of the path. But I think there's something about, there's something that the White Tiger doesn't want you to forget about or fall asleep upon with something. Doesn't want you to fall off something, continue doing something. Maybe remember a certain aspect of your path or your goal, or your spiritual self. You know, we can all do that. We all get caught up in life and we kind of neglect maybe our spiritual practice or the practices that make us feel, you know, good and healthy and connected. Okay, there is this one and this one. All right, we're gonna start here. Wow, look at that abundance. Service. And then we have these two little girls and they're kissing, and then looks like one little girl feels left out. King of Swords, powerful person, a teacher, harsh lessons. This is the Wheel of Fortune, table of plenty, success, food, rewards, capitalism. We have the Knight of Skates, finding direction, assertiveness, taming internal fear. We have the Page of Wands, the Dancer. The Day Trader, the Prince of the Knight of Pentacles. This is the Page, this is the Knight. And we have the Emperor. All right, that's all we can fit for now, so I'm going to save these cards for just a moment. Second. Okay, pile number one. Basically, what I'm seeing here is there might be someone with the King of Swords, the Emperor. There might be someone around you who's like a mentor or a leader. Maybe it looks like a boss, or maybe a wise person, someone doing what you're doing, or someone you really respect. Perhaps, or there's someone who is in a position of authority in your world, in your life, or you look at them like that. Okay. Basically, what the White Tiger wants to tell you today, it's a bit of like a warning of, you know, this person has their own motives with something. Okay, so basically there's something trying to pull you down from your high height that you're at. So you're basically on a really positive path and you're doing good. You're doing well. And there is a big change happening for you, but you want to listen to yourself and go with the flow of change naturally. It's almost though I'm getting something like there is someone here who they're a powerful person. Maybe it is a teacher in your life, or it's someone you look up to, or someone that has a lot of power. Maybe they own their own company or something like that. But basically, this person, has their own motives. We see that with capitalism. Like, they're kind of out for their own gain at the end of the day. And ultimately, if you follow their lead or if you follow their direction and you don't listen to yourself, or you don't listen to the natural ways of the universe pushing you in the right time, or you kind of, they're like, what are you doing? Like, we'll get you set up on this. And it kind of doesn't feel super right or natural, or you're just doing something because they're recommending it to you or they're telling you to do it. I think you're going to end up, it's like they're going to get what they want, but you're going to end up kind of on the losing end and having to learn, look, we have harsh lessons here, having to learn a harsh lesson. So you do not need to learn this lesson. Okay, you can fly above this lesson. You can avoid this. This is not necessary for you or your path. Otherwise, you would naturally go into it and learn it. Basically, I think what's happening is that the white tiger is telling you, is trying to tell you this so that you end up winning the treasure. This person might have ulterior motives because they might have lost something, or they can't achieve something on their own, or there's some kind of fakeness here, or there's something that they might use you in order to gain what is actually meant for you. Okay, because you're a very giving, loving person. You're there for people. You are of service. So you might fall into some kind of trick just because you have such a good heart. And this person who is in a position of power, 100%, they're sneaky. They're a bit unhonest, dishonest, and they're gonna try to pull you into something that isn't good for you, okay? That isn't beneficial for you. And it's like you believe you're like, oh, I'm just learning. I'm just like in this learner position. I'm still, finding my way. And so they're going to take advantage of that, but they're going to end up using you and they're going to end up benefiting. But if you don't, right? If you stay high in your own energy, going at your own pace, doing your own thing, learning, taking it day by day, learning, you will get there. Look, you will get the abundance that is there for you. You will get the treasure that is there for you. They're trying to input themselves to take the treasure that was meant for you. It's like somehow they know they cannot achieve it without you, or they're going to use you as a tool to take it from out under you. Something like that. The Wheel of Fortune is saying this fortune, this wheel is shifting in your favor. You do not have to, you do not have to follow someone else's path or follow their advice or the way they did it, because ultimately it's going to benefit them and not you. They're saying find your own direction. Tame your internal fear just because you're still starting out or because you're still learning. Don't worry, that's part of the process. That you are on the right path, you are on a high path, you will find your way and everything will happen naturally. And you are meant to find success, okay? But there's this person that might try to insert themselves or say, hey, buy my course, or, you should do it my way, you should come with me, they'll maybe make some kind of big promises that they're not going to fulfill. And in fact, they're going to just look out for their own best interest, and you're going to be left like, what the hell just happened? Like, I thought we were doing this together. Or they're going to end up like giving it to somebody else, right? You're going to be interning with them. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, sorry, I went with somebody else for the job after all of this. And you just spent so much time and energy and effort following them or learning from them. There's something like that. There's something that someone's only out for their own capital, their own gain. Okay, and they're going to use whoever they can to get that. And then you're just like, wow, I really cared about this, and I'm just now here. I just wasted all this time. So yeah. So the tiger wants you to know that abundance will be yours, that you will find your own success, your own pathway towards success, okay? That it's not going to be found through this other person or this powerful person or this, whoever this is that comes in and says, well, I know the answers. I know the way. I have the one pathway to the success in this. That's a lie, okay? It's a total lie. You are going to find your own success, your own pathway, your own doorway through. All right, they do not know as much as they're putting out there. And even if they might know, they're delusioned in their way. Even if they've found success up until this point, it's not long lasting. They've done it by using other people. It's not in an honorable way. And so you are going to grow, you are going to learn your own path, your own way of doing something, your own way of getting to your success that works for you and that is beautiful and fulfilling for you. Okay? So now we're just gonna reveal these cards. These are my Medieval Feather Tarot cards, the only ones I take reversals. So there we go. 8 of Swords in reverse, meddling. Someone's gonna try to meddle. Maybe they're already been trying, but someone's gonna try to meddle in your life and your success on your pathway, and you have to not let them do that. 5 of Swords, breakthrough. Okay, we have the 2 of Cups, mistrust. Yeah, do not trust this person. They're not honorable. They're not trustworthy. They're not genuine. And we have the 8 of Wands in reverse, commitment. Yeah, so this could be, hey, you invest in my company, you know, it's really going to kick off. Invest in my Bitcoin, in my coin, my whatever coin. Invest, or, you know, come along. My company's about to hit big. Whatever, I don't know what this could look like, but it's like someone has to try to take you off your own path, right? Your own natural path. And they meddle in your life somehow. Okay. This is something to be mistrusted. Okay. Because they might even try to get you to sign some kind of paper. And we see a for sale sign here. Okay. And with this commitment, this is making me think that there's going to be somebody who comes in and is like, oh, don't go with that option, go with this option. And it doesn't quite sit well with you. Even maybe, let's say you're buying a home, right? And someone's like, look, the resale value on this one's going to be so much better in the future, but your heart is kind of set on this one. They are getting some kind of benefit or kickback. Okay, this is not coming from a genuine place of concern or love. This is coming from, oh, this person's going to get something out of this deal. That's why they're trying to shift you in this direction. Okay? So be very wary of any contracts, any signing. Hold on one second. Yeah, so I'm also getting the example of, let's say you're planning on leaving your place of work. It's not fulfilling anymore. There's somewhere else that is really piquing your interest that you want to go in. And then just because, and then let's say your boss finds out, right, you're leaving for a better deal. And then they go, well, look, you could go, but I was about to promote you, right? They pull out this commitment, this, you know, this new thing. They're meddling in your plans, right, to try to get you to stay. That is going to end up not being the promise that they promised. Okay, there's like something here about someone promising you something or showing you, like, kind of like putting you in a specific direction that you're like, oh, I didn't really want that direction, or I didn't really think about that, or it doesn't really align with what you're thinking, but they're in such a position of power that you're like, well, maybe I should listen to them. You know what I mean? Mistrust. They're saying don't trust it, okay, because it's not coming from a genuine place. You are about to have a real breakthrough, and in your life, maybe in your career, in your fortune, in your abundance, you're about to stumble upon something really big, and that's when these things kind of come in to try to veer us off of our path, because we're about to hit some kind of big moment, some kind of big success or big abundance or something that's really valuable to us, or very, you know, aligned with us. And then it's like all these energies come in to try to fall, like, you know, make you fall off your really high path. So they're just saying, keep your bigger picture, keep your bird's eye view. You know, don't get too caught up in the worldly things. Like, even if they're like, they throw this number out at you, but you're like, but I really don't feel into this. Like, I really don't feel like this is going to satisfy me or fulfill me. There's something tricky about this, and I wouldn't fully trust it. You are going to have your own breakthrough, a breakthrough on the pathway that's calling to you. Okay, so don't be afraid that if you don't take this or you don't take their advice, that everything's gonna fall apart, or you won't find the success. Okay, because it's actually a trick. Okay, it's actually for their own benefit. Okay. Yeah, it's a facade. There we go. It's a facade. It's like someone trying to look like, oh, I know what's best for you. I have your best interest at heart. Like, this is very tricky energy. This is very tricky. Because the facade is, oh, this is like a parental figure. This is like someone who loves me, or they're looking out for me. But it's a facade. They're gonna take me under their wing. Look at that, victory and success. You are gonna find your own victory and success. Okay, that is here for you. All right, it is your own version of that. You're gonna find it. And then we have the shadow with the moon. We're gonna get a different deck. Yeah, this is part of you having to face a bit of your shadow. I think, like, trusting yourself, trusting what you feel. This is about trusting your own intuition on something. You're being faced with a shadow aspect. And maybe this has been things you've been working on, and this is almost like you're going to be faced with some kind of reflection. And it's like, are you going to kind of put into practice what you've been learning and healing and growing from? You're about to be faced with something. Like, we have the Eight of Swords. Something wants to trip you up, to trap you. Four of Swords. And the Queen of Pentacles. I just saw 444 on the timer. Yeah, if you do get propositioned, definitely don't act right away. Read over everything, think about everything, sleep on it. Okay? This is saying that you will find your own success. You will find your own way. All right. Yeah, I really feel like this thing is going to make things harder. It's going to trap you into something that's going to be more difficult to get out of, because they're saying you're already free, you're already on this really light, you know, illuminated path. Please just listen to that. Please keep following that. Okay, because this is like a part of the shadow that's coming in to kind of take you out of the light and into the shadow. Okay, into the darkness, into the confusion. So you are going to have victory and success on your own path. Keep doing what you're doing. You will keep learning and keep growing, and you will find your success and happiness in your abundance. You will find it yourself in your own way. You will grow into this Queen of Pentacles. You know, you will achieve everything that you set out to achieve and more in your own way, in your own time, ways that suit you, that feel good to you. Okay, that don't trap you into someone else's karma or their path, or now you're stuck working for them and their will, right? This is, whatever this is going to be the most easiest path for you to achieve success and fulfillment and abundance. Okay, so this is a big part of you having to face your shadow at this time, facing a fear of, if I don't take this opportunity, I'll never get another opportunity, or, you know, they know better than me, they know more than my own intuition or my own, you know, my own instincts on this thing. I'm going to put my will aside and follow this person because they've achieved this level of success, or they, you know, seemingly know what they're doing or saying. This is about following your own instincts and your own intuition, what you feel is right for you and which pathway is right for you. Okay, even if at first it doesn't look like the bigger ticket item, or it doesn't look like, you know, the most immediate version of success. Okay, this is saying stick to your own path. Stick to what feels right for you, okay? Stick to what you can see growth happening in your own life, not just someone else's version of success or happiness or fulfillment, okay? Because it looks completely different, and they have their own motives in pointing you in this direction, okay? Yeah, we're gonna get one last message for you guys before we go from the White Tiger. Okay, so this is interesting. So this is like a do not, right? And it looks to me like a hooker here. She's standing by a lamppost. She has these boots on. Everything else looks pretty naked, or at least skin tight. Okay. A lady of the night. No hooking. Don't sell yourself short. That's what I'm getting. Don't sell yourself short. Okay? Do not do it. Because it is that. It's like they might try to buy you, right? They might try to be like, it's feeling a little bit selling your soul. Okay? Don't sell your soul for like a more immediate payoff. Something like that. And then, yeah, again, with a do not enter and a running away. Don't enter this deal. Okay? Don't enter this deal, run from it. Okay, go in your own direction. Go in a different direction. This is saying this is not something you want to get yourself into. You don't want to get entangled with this or this person or their business or their ideas. Okay, it's going to be, you're going to feel, I think it's like almost getting that pimp energy where you're going to like be doing their will or what they want you to do, and it's not going to feel natural or right for you, right? You're going to be kind of chained up to someone else's will. Okay, and so they're saying, please don't take this, you know, see it from a higher perspective, run the opposite direction, go your own way. Okay. All right. I hope this was helpful, pile one. I mean, I don't know what this is. Please let me know if you have any idea, if you've encountered this yet, or when you do, please let me know, you know. We encounter things like this all the time, and someone sees the potential that you have for abundance, for creating, and I think they want to capitalize off that, or they are just looking out for themselves and they just see you as a pawn in their game. And so you have to make sure that you're standing in your power for your own good, because you are going to reach your version of success, and it's going to be way more successful than this kind of cheap offer that you're getting that might seem sparkly and shiny up front, but it's a facade. It's fake. So please be wise, listen to yourself, ask your guides for a sign, you know, just really don't do anything right away. Sleep on it. Okay. And make sure that you're crossing your T's, dotting your I's. You're looking over everything. Yeah, don't do anything for someone else's will. You have your own success and your own path to follow. Okay, so don't fall off that. You're doing amazing and you're finding your victory and success. Okay, 11:11 on the timer. All right, pile number one, thank you so much for coming to reading today. If this reading resonated and you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, it just really helps my little channel grow, and it helps if someone else, you know, needs this message as well, it finds them. And so it's really helpful when you guys, you know, like and subscribe. So thank you so much for doing that. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. I also have some new merch, some new White Tiger Tarot merch. If you'd like to check it out, that is down below. All right. Thank you so much again. I'll see you on the next one, pile one. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading today. This is your message from the White Tiger. All right, so I'm very much looking forward to reading today. You guys chose the rhodonite. Your numbers are 10, 12, 8, and 1. And your card the White Tiger chose for you guys is the Root Girl, the disowned self. Okay, we're gonna pull some more cards to get some more information here before we begin. See what we're talking about here today. What the White Tiger wants to bring up with you guys. Excuse me. Okay. This is my deck that I designed, by the way. It's called the Matchbox Tarot. It's for sale down below. Shipping is included in the price there, okay? And I also have some new White Tiger merch that I just recently came out with. So there's some t-shirts, hats, mugs, and stainless steel tumblers. Okay, there's a few different designs there, so check those out if you would like some kind of cool White Tiger, useful merch. Okay, so you guys have the quest card. These are just images, so we're just going to take a look at the image and then we'll see what it says to me. I got 3 of those for the rest of them. I guess we'll just take them as they are. Rest and rejuvenate. This is the 4 of Swords. We have the Magician with awareness. We have passion. Trickery. We have 2 people sitting in chairs kind of facing away from each other. Then it looks like we have like a king and queen here. Some kind of bird. And we have the 4 of Cups with discontent and boredom. Okay, I'm just going to save these other cards for a moment and allow these cards to speak to us. I'm almost getting there's some kind of dissatisfaction in something here with you. Like, maybe it's like the trickery, the grass is always greener, right? Oh, I'll be happy when over there with someone else, right? Because we see 3 couples here. We see like 2 couples that are very, I would say these 2 are like soulmates here. They look like very astral, cool, like we're exploring the cosmos together. And then we have this couple who's like royalty, right? They're clearly together as a pair, as a team. And then we have these two who are facing away from each other, and it very much looks like, you know, this card, this kind of head hung discontent. Maybe there's things unsaid, right? So for some, this could be definitely in a relationship. For others, this could be just within something that you do care about. Something that maybe is felt unmoving. I almost feel like there's something that needs your attention. There's something within you that needs your attention. I feel like you might be trying to bypass something. You might be trying to say, oh, it's like it's their fault. Or if only it's this place that I'm in, it's this space, like it's not for me, which, you know, sometimes can be the case. But in your case, I see that there's something within you that needs looked at. This quest card, it's like this woman here had to find out that she was so concerned about the path before her, the future, the path she wanted to go on. She had to realize that there were things in her present circumstance that needed to be looked at, loved, appreciated, seen, like where she was needed her attention. And as soon as she was able to do that, the path then was formed before her. With passion here, it's like you might be feeling a little bit of ho-hum about your present circumstance. Maybe things aren't as exciting as you'd like them to be, or progressing in the way that you'd like them to be. But there's this trickery here of, well, maybe they're the wrong person for me, or maybe I'm in the wrong space. You're blaming the environment or the people around you, when it's actually, you need to bring awareness, okay, into what you're creating. Because you're an active player in this situation. You're an active player in this relationship. You're an active player in this environment, in this space that you take up. And the reason why you feel misaligned, or you feel discontent, or bored, or like it's not where I should be. This isn't right. You feel it at odds maybe with what's going on or where you're at. It's because there's something or someone within you, right? It's you. There's a part of you that's not feeling loved or cared for or seen, okay, or accepted. This is an inner thing with you, okay? And as soon as you can address that, okay, it will solve all the rest of it. The path will be laid out before you. You'll find your passion in your service or in what you do. Again, it's like there's so much beauty around you, and there's support, and there's love, and there's people, there are things you can do, in the space that you're in. There are people who enjoy you, who appreciate you. It's all about switching your own awareness, your own inner balance, okay, to say, where am I still denying a part of myself, or where am I still ignoring parts of myself that need attention or need looked at, right? This could be you and you. You could be ignoring your inner child or a part of yourself, right? So there is something here that is beneficial, and it's meant to come together. It's meant to be something of great positivity and high value in your life, whether it's your relationship with yourself, in your environment, or with someone else. Okay, maybe all of those things. And it's gonna need your attention inward. Okay, this is not about looking outward of like, when's the change gonna come? When's the shift happening? When are they gonna change? When is my environment gonna change? It's not gonna change unless you change something within yourself. This is saying you're holding the power here. If you would like change in your outer world, if you would like the pathway to open up to you, if you would like something to shift or happen, or like movement, right? Because maybe there's nothing moving. I've been here for so long, and you're just, now you're kind of at odds with everyone or everything, or certain aspects of yourself, your environment, whatever it is. It's because you're still trying to bypass a certain point in your healing. You're not quite giving the space needed or necessary for a certain part of yourself. So whether that you need to forgive somebody, you need to forgive yourself, you need to care for yourself, you need to love and accept a certain part of yourself, there's still something where you're at odds with a part of yourself. And the trickery here is to say, well, I'll only feel good, or I'll only be happy over there, or when, or with them, right? With someone else. That's the trick. That's the trick, to say, oh, look what they have. It's better than what I have. Right? It's not. The grass is not greener. You know, it's not going to be this really, you know, oh my gosh, all my problems are solved. It's, you have to look at where you are, who you're with. It's, the solution is within you, and it's going to solve everything around where you're at, and it's going to make it harmonious. We need to make this environment harmonious first. We need to make our inner world harmonious first, and then the immediate environment outside of us will become harmonious. And as soon as that happens, right, we become united once again within ourselves, and we can show up, you know, within our service, within passion, even in the what we consider mundane or the everyday, you know, within our jobs or within our home life, right? Where we can be this whole kind of, bring our passion to that, then the pathway forward, then the movement, right? It's not going to happen first. It's not going to happen first, and then everything gets solved, and then we grow and we figure it out. It's like, no, you're here to figure it out first. There's something, a part of you, within yourself, that it could be surrounding your sacral chakra, because I'm seeing a lot of, could be base sacral, solar plexus, because I'm seeing a lot of reds and oranges, a little bit of yellows. So these could be your base chakras that you need to work on. Your feelings of safety, your feelings of like, in this space, I'm safe. I need to work with what I have here and who I have here, and make these relationships solid, right? It's not just to be thrown away because I'm having an issue with it, or it's not completely, it doesn't feel good all the time. Nothing does. You know what I mean? It takes work. So there's a part of us that we're kind of shoving off, we're not dealing with, that we need to make room for. And it's because we're unsatisfied in some kind of aspect, or we're not loving ourselves or accepting a situation in our lives for what it is. Okay. Even if you're not satisfied, you need to come to acceptance with what it is. Okay. That's the first step. Your awareness of it, right? Your awareness of your creation of the situation and your part to play in what you're experiencing. Okay. That is first and foremost. And then we're going to see what these cards are. Yeah, 10 of Swords. So we are at the end of this, okay? We're at the end of a difficult cycle. The Moon, yeah. King of Swords. And Page of Cups. Yeah, there's like one last thing in our subconscious, right? That is kind of running the show. That's either making us feel small or out of control, or like, this is nothing to do with me. This is not my doing. This is, you know, I don't control this, and that's taking you out of it. That's disempowering you. Basically what this is saying is you need to step back into your power and know that with the control of your own mind and your power of observation of where you still might be ignoring or cutting down your inner child, there's something very key here with giving yourself love and acceptance and forgiveness. Okay, there's still something here to be forgiven, to be held. Okay, there's something here that you need to cut away or shine the light into. There's still something of the subconscious that needs to be squashed. Okay, like a thought or a belief, a behavior that is still running. Okay, that is still running, that is not, it's like the one last cockroach, right, of the subconscious mind that is keeping this doorway closed, or is keeping you at odds with what you want, or you know, coming into harmony within a relationship, or coming into harmony with yourself or with this manifestation. Okay, so it's like there's one last thing you need to kind of shine the light on or cut away, to allow this heart-based, you allow your heart to open, allow yourself to feel comfortable and open. It's like there's this one last thing before the path moves or reveals itself to you. And it's just, it needs your inner child to feel whole and healthy, and not that you need something else, or I can't be happy until, or I won't be satisfied until. It might, even if it is love, it's like you need to see yourself as, you know, the love of your own life. Once you can fully love and accept yourself, the doorway of love opens in the outer world, right? The person comes in, but not until that happens. And so they're just trying to, the white tiger here, his message to you is just trying to show you there's one last like little thing still running in your subconscious, that is, there is something that you really love, that is harmonious, that, you know, could have a lot of beauty and fulfillment in your life, that you're supposed to be a part of, or supposed to work, right, really well. It's just, it needs your inner child, that little part of you, that loving part of you, needs to be held in a certain way, that you have yet to kind of master or see. Now I want to see, what is this aspect of them that needs their love and attention? It could be the way you talk to yourself with the King of Swords, your thoughts, right? How are you still kind of putting yourself down? Or even, this is a lot of problem people have right now, is that, oh, men are the problem, or women are the problem, the blaming the other sex. You are masculine and feminine within yourself. So if you're pointing the finger at one aspect of yourself, right, you're demonizing that part of yourself. And that's going to repel, right? Because naturally you're like, I don't want that, right? I don't need that. Well, that's a part of you too. And until you're going to come into full love and acceptance of that, it's not going to be harmonious, right? There's still something here that needs your love and attention, okay? There we go. We have another 4, firm foundation, 4 of Pentacles. We have the choose wisely, 7 of Cups. We have the 5 of Wands, obstacles and challenges. And 7 of Wands, stand your ground. Yeah, so 4 of Pentacles, firm foundation. This is part of building a firm foundation in yourself, in your life, and it's going to affect and set everything up for success. Your choices. And that means the thoughts you choose to think, the words you choose to say will lead you into the directions in which you choose to go, right? Or the directions in which express themselves to you or open themselves to you. The pathways that open themselves to you is a straight reflection of what you're believing, saying, thinking in your mind. Okay, so if that's like in conflict, like let's say you want love, but you're like, well, men are the problem, women are the problem. Well, that's totally contradictory, and that's not going to bring you into the relationship you want, or any relationship at all. Okay, so I mean, that's just one example. It doesn't mean that has to be the thing, but it's where are you still talking down to yourself? Oh, I can't have that. I'll never have that. It's too big. It's too much, right? That's causing obstacles and challenges in your path. Okay. There's something that's misaligned with what I'm believing or saying to myself. That needs to be switched, and I need to have the confidence in what I want, confidence in what I know. Say what you truly want, believe what you truly want, and watch it start to happen for you. Okay, we need to be super, super aware of what I'm choosing to focus on, where that's leading me, you know, what that's manifesting around me. Okay, this is time for me to set a firm foundation for myself to build upon, and that starts with the thoughts and the words I speak. Okay. And I know this is not like, this is never the best message to receive, because you're like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this for so long, or I've been healing. Well, it's super subtle, you know. We still let programs run within our mind that we don't notice. And so we have to get really observant and very aware, right, of what we're still creating in our outer world. And if it's not what we want, if we're feeling discontent and bored, right? If we're not getting to where we want to go, or things aren't happening, it means there's still things to be looked at within ourselves. It means there's still a program running that might be misaligned with what we want. Okay? So be very diligent in watching yourself and watching your thoughts and watching the words you speak. Are you saying, you know, I can't afford that? Are you saying, looking in the mirror and saying I'm ugly, or I, you know, who would love me? You know, things like that. It's like, well, that's not going to, anything self-deprecating is not going to make this pathway super easy for you. It's just going to make things harder. So you have to stand in your confidence, stand in your knowing, and have the audacity to want what you want and not feel bad about it, and not feel like, oh, I can't do that. That's too much for me. That's too big. I don't, you know, I could never. It's like, have the audacity to have your dreams and go for them, because they're here for you, and they're going to start happening if you can stand in that confidence, in that knowing of what you deserve and who you are. And I'm going to go after what I want. I want love. I want this career. I want this life. I want to be known for this. You know, do it. It's okay. You will have every right for that. You know what I mean? Don't be at odds with yourself or with your passion because you don't think it's achievable. You don't think it's you know, it's too grand. Nothing is too grand. Nothing is too big. Nothing is too much of anything. If it's what you want, if it's what's on your heart, then start choosing the thoughts, the actions, the words that align with that dream, with that manifestation, with that power, with whatever it is you want. Okay? This is yours. It's up to you to have it, and it's up to you to get it. Okay? You have to work with the energies, work with yourself, your beliefs, and especially your inner child. That is your source of creativity and love. And if they're not feeling that from you, it's really going to make things harder to get to, and might even halt the progression, because they're your best asset with creating love and creating creativity and progress, right? So get aligned with that, and not make yourself feel bad or guilty for wanting certain things. Okay? It's okay. You want them for a reason, because God and the universe want you to have them. You came here for a reason to do certain things. And so you're going to feel certain ways, and that's okay. Right? So thank you so much. This was your reading, pile 2. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you got something useful out of this reading today. Please let me know in the comments. Okay, if you did, if you received this message, if you heard it, if you got it. So thank you. And please like and subscribe if you found this helpful. Someone else, it really helps, you know, spread the word and help my little channel grow. Someone else might find it helpful as well. So thank you so much for doing that. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation or have a personal reading or an energy healing with me, you can do so down in the description box on my website. All right. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading, pile 2. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading today. This is your message from the White Tiger. So very much looking forward to what the White Tiger wants to talk to you guys about. You guys chose the Jade. All right, and numbers 2, 6, 9, and 11. Your card is the Benefactor, Grace and Generosity. Beautiful. This same card came through in pile 3 just the other day when I did a reading. Might have been yesterday's even. So I wonder if you guys are coming from that same pile. So shout out if you are. Also, just to let you know, I just recently came out with some new merch. So yeah, there's some cool new stuff with the White Tiger face on it. Some really nice shirts, tumblers, mugs, and a candle. Okay, there's also some different designs in there, so check it out if you'd like. Okay, we're gonna start with these and get some more. Okay, I'm gonna get another one. Taking these now. No, this one. Okay, we're gonna start here. Oh, sorry. One more deck, and then we'll start. The Seven of Swords, Deception and Envy. 10, the Wheel of Fortune, Destiny. We have the Hermit card with Solitude. 5 of Swords, Conflict and Defeat. And the 4 of Swords, Rest and Rejuvenation. We have Amber with Ancestors. My ancestors are guiding and loving me now and always. I am open to receive their support and wisdom. Ancient Wisdom Crystal. Ancient Wisdom. Wow, a lot of ancient and ancestors. I am an expression of the powerful ancient wisdom of my soul. It guides me through life. And Ruby Shine. It's time for me to shine. Okay. We have the Hangman. And can we fit one more? Let's see. The Chariot. Okay, I'm just going to keep these here for now. there's been something, some kind of energy, maybe by things that have been told to you or energy around you, that comes from like a place of envy, and or maybe it's happening, and I really feel like the white tiger's coming through to say, don't feel defeated by this. Okay, that you are following your own path, to not let this bother you or get in the way of you. There might be people who come in who are deceivers. Okay. We have the Hermit here, and we have the Hangman with the Wheel of Fortune, with the Chariot. All of these together are telling me that it's time for you to come out of this kind of in-between state, or this healing state, or this state of solitude, right? Where you've been learning, growing, resting, maybe pondering. It's with the Ruby and Time for Me to Shine, it's time for you to step out more, because you've been in this time of rest and rejuvenation, of receiving, you know, guidance or information and healing. Maybe just in this place of, maybe I'm not ready yet, or I need to keep learning about this or growing. Okay. Any thoughts that come in to your own mind or come from other people trying to keep you in this state or saying you're not ready, that's deception. Okay. Even if things have happened in the past that made you feel this way, and that's what put you in this state, okay, it's time for you to move out of this state of silence, solitude, keeping yourself, even if you're doing things, right? It's time to come out more. It's time to do more. It's time to really show yourself off in a new way, or in a more focused way. Okay, because with the Wheel of Fortune, it's time for your fortune to come. It's time for you to meet your destiny. It's time for you to like sit on the throne, okay, and receive the grace and generosity that is here for you. It's almost like it's time for you to sit on the throne that that Spirit has set for you to sit on. That's your destiny to sit upon, and to be a part of, and to live in. And that might be, you know, you having your own thing, doing your own channel, okay, going for it, like straight going for it without holding back. And I think this is like being really focused and moving in a very vigorous fashion. Okay. Yeah, it's like work towards it, move towards it, start doing more, start putting out more, start focusing more. Okay, because you're having success, and I think the success is going to build and grow. Okay, they're saying you have a lot of ancient wisdom that comes from yourself, but it also comes from a lot of support around you in the angelic realm, you know, on the other side. And so they're going to guide you, they're going to support you, and if you ever need help, call upon them. Okay, but there is something deeper within you that's part of your destiny. That's time for you to fulfill now. It's time for you to step up in a new way. It's like, yes, maybe there were even different versions of that, or you're building up into this by growing and learning and becoming. But there's this new version of you and of this thing that you're doing. And it's time for you to fully step into that and kind of let go of the shying away or being humble or being unsure or learning. Okay, don't listen to the words and thoughts of other people or them trying to steer you off your path, even if you're on a very unique, unorthodox path. Okay, you are following your own light, and no one can see that, no one can sense that but you. So it's time for you to shine beyond what anyone else expects of you or says. Okay, and it's your time to sit on the throne. Okay, it's your time to receive grace and praise and support from other people, from those around you, and to really love and connect with who you are and what you do. Okay, and you are going to find that you find that support once you do that, once you really focus in on that and keep it going. Okay, so we have the victim card. And we have release. Yeah. We have this nice couple here holding each other. Okay, we have this couple with this baby, and she's turning, they both don't look happy. You have these two people tied together, kind of embracing each other. And then we have this lady who's pregnant, but this guy is looking in another direction at another lady passing by. Well, this is interesting. Hold on, I almost want to do this. Okay, let me just think about this one. I might have to pull some extra cards here. Can I get some clarity here? So almost like these three look unhealthy, right? It's like she's pregnant with his baby, but he's looking somewhere else. There's like been a commitment, but it's almost like these two people have come together in a almost unhealthy way. But then we have this couple that looks very healthy. What can we tell us about this? Again, with the Seven of Swords, politics, and then the Four of Swords with postponement. Victim release. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is just really interesting. So it's like you've been doing a lot of healing, but there's one last thing for you to release. There's something that is related to a victim mentality that you've been healing or you still carry. There's like this piece, because we see with this benefactor here, there is a couple here. This doesn't have to be love. It could be you and what you want, right? And you are meant to live, because this is the first card out. This one's very happy and positive. Same with this benefactor card, right? They are two pairs. They're like this royalty. They're meant to be together and live happily and live in grace, right? That's the reality. That's the truth. And then there's this victim mentality that we need to release that's keeping us maybe sad or in this place of gray, not being able to fully realize, fully step into this vision or fully shine with who we are, because it's this mask. So this Seven of Swords is us, you know, our own thoughts tricking us. There's something behind this that is still running in our mind, in our world, that's tying us up. And I'm just gonna pull these two off of the top to give us a little more clarity. 8 of Pentacles with ordinariness and the 8 of Swords with guilt. There's something within your own mind that's pulling at you, okay? Thoughts that you're still carrying, that you need to release, okay, that need to be released. we need to move on from them. It's like you are meant to live a very happy, grace-filled, fortunate life in the energy you want to be in. Maybe with who you want to be in that with, right? But there's still thoughts that are sneaking around, right? Putting a mask or putting a filter, right? That are still that are postponing you from fully stepping into who you're meant to become or who you want to be, okay? That's still keeping this separate from you. It's like it is starting to come and you're getting there. There's just like this last thing that needs to switch. Like you need to let go of this and watch how your world becomes filled with color and beauty and blossom, right? It's like there's still these thoughts on your mind that are maybe that you're believing that something's going to come and sabotage your life or what it is you want, or it's not going to work out, or things are going to go wrong. Right? They don't truly love me, or it's just going to happen again, or they'll betray me, or this is not going to end up the way that I wanted it to, or I'm going to shine, I'm going to put myself out there, and I'm going to lose what I built, or it's going to be something I didn't expect. Something's going to come and tear it down. Okay. It's kind of this, like, I want to say this negative thinking, this kind of, and I think you've been kind of looking at this and healing this and changing this perspective. But there is like one last thing that needs to be gone for good. And so we're going to ask how to do that, because you have this like deep wisdom that wants to come out, and this beautiful manifestation or life that is trying to be built or wants to be built, right, by you and that you're stepping into. It's just like you don't want to sabotage it with these thoughts or these tricky, beliefs that keep pushing it out or miscoloring what your vision is, right? It's like something comes into the vision that kind of misconstrues it. Let's see. Again, lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. There's so much about your ancestors. This might be something that has been put in your family lineage for a long time. That is you're meant to clear it. You're meant to let go of it. Okay, and you're meant to dive into what this is. Okay, once and for all, to let it go, because I think it might be deeply attached to your ancestry. Past lessons, being well-informed, ancestral wisdom. There are times when you're meant to discover and explore new terrain in your life, even to be part of a wave of change. This is one of those times, and what you're contemplating is perhaps new to you, but others have laid well-worn paths and left wisdom for you to rely and reflect upon. This is to have better understanding of the potentials and possible pitfalls on your journey. When you know the lay of the land, you are better able to fully experience what is being offered to you. This is a wonderful time to seek a mentor or good advice from an expert or elder. That way you will be able to meet life's opportunities and changes well informed. Knowing you have a map, now you can be curious about what else is here. This is a path that promises success in all areas. Where others before you have dared to tread, you will discover the treasure they have left behind for you to make your own. So there might be someone around you that you could ask for assistance with or help with, but I really feel like there is this beautiful new path laid before you that you're meant to walk upon. And I think you really have healed something of ancestral, an ancestral pattern perhaps, or something that was in your life path to clear. This might be the last bit of it. You might be scared of going forward because of maybe a background, because of things that have happened, or just some kind of fear. Okay, but this is meant for you to finally release, put it to rest, put it to bed. It's time for this mentality to die. Okay, and for you to go forward and shine and be in your fullness and happiness and know that you're meant to find success and victory in your life. That grace and generosity, you know, that life wants to give you that and shower that upon you, right? Not shower upon you misery or difficulty. Okay. It's like we need to master the mind, master the vision, so we're not coloring it the wrong way or coloring it with things that aren't positive. Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like we're kind of coming into this new time in our lives that we've been really patient with, learning and growing, and it's time for us to step through into that, to not delay any further because maybe thoughts of fear, right, are coming through of like, well, what if this happens, right? So then we're like, oh, I don't know, I'm gonna back off, you know, I don't want to get hurt, I don't want this to happen. We need to fully embody our confidence in who we are and all of the work and all of the time, all the things that we've been able to overcome and learn about ourselves and let go of. And now it's time to fully step into that truth of that, okay? And have it as a grounded reality and finally have our prosperity and have grace come into our lives and step into this way of life, step into this way of being, right? And all that comes with that. And that could be a little bit risky for you because you're like, this means me stepping into my power, making a big commitment with these two, right? Making a long-term commitment perhaps, okay? But knowing that you will find success, that it will lead to more growth and positivity and love and abundance, okay? Oh my gosh, and look at that, 10 of Cups. This is the true reality, is that you're gonna have the fulfillment and the love and the joy that you wanted, that you've always dreamed of, that the worst is not going to happen, that the fears are not going to come true, okay? That you, by you stepping into this power, stepping into this new position or this new commitment, going towards something, letting yourself shine, letting yourself have this thing, right? Be in this new state that you've been really, you know, working towards for so long, you're going to find your fulfillment. You're going to find the happiness, the happy family, the happy life, right? The fulfilling career, the fulfilling world that you've been working so hard for. It's not going to fall apart. It's not going to come crashing down. 6 of Wands. Okay, it's really, you really are going to find success and fulfillment and victory. Okay, you are going to be recognized, you are going to be known, you are going to shine and really become everything that you imagined yourself and this thing to become. Okay, so only think the best, most loving, supportive thoughts. You know, go into this without postponing, without, you know, waiting. Okay. Stop tricking yourself with the thoughts in your mind. Allow it. We have Sin of Gluttony, food, eating, consumption, cooking. And we have the Queen of Books, intelligence, advice, intuition, observation. For some reason, with the Hermit, the Solitude, the Hangman, I'm almost getting, you're almost like, there could be too much information that you're taking in, right? Where it's making you like not act upon something, or you're making it as an excuse, right? I can't act, I can't step through because I got to learn more, or I got to do more. There's still these things, there's like an overconsumption of maybe information, maybe it's readings, maybe it's advice, okay, from other people that's kind of keeping you in this learning state instead of just stepping through and maybe physically learning, right? And just doing it through doing it, learning through doing it, right? So no amount of advice, I think, is going to help you anymore. It's not going to get you further. I think you have to trust and just make the moves on your own, okay? And just trusting your intuition. Yeah, because there's this almost overconsumption of something that's making you stay in a comfort zone instead of getting uncomfortable and fully stepping through into something. Okay, so just know that you can trust yourself. You can trust, you've learned enough, you know enough to step into this, to do it. And the light has been like flickering like crazy. Okay. That you're at the point where you can step into this. You can trust yourself to be able to do it and learn as you go. You've got what you need. Okay. You don't need to consume anymore. You can just do it and you'll be okay. Okay. And you're going to be more than okay. You're going to find everything you're looking for. It's really going to be fulfilling. Okay. You have to step into your power and step through in trust and knowing that you're going to figure it out. You're going to do amazing at this. This is where you're going to find yourself. Okay. You're really going to be able to shine in this new space or in this new era of your life. And you're going to have help along the way. All right. So I hope this was helpful, pile number 3. Thank you so much for coming to your reading today. If you did find it helpful, please leave a comment. Also, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Just really helps my little channel grow and, you know, get sent to other people that also might need to hear this message as well. So thank you so much for that, for supporting the channel like that. And if you would like a personal reading, you can book that with me down in the description box, or an energy healing as well. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next reading, pile number 3. All of my love. Peace.